The all-new 6th generation Toyota 4Runner is finally here. It only took 15 years to arrive, but who's counting? I'm here to tell you all about it. Adventure seekers looking to explore the wilderness, tow campers, or just hunt bargains at the North Face outlet store will be happy to know there's a new Toyota 4Runner, the 6th generation. It's nearly 5 inches longer and 2 inches wider now. Toyota sticks to the winning formula with a tough look 4Runner fans crave, plenty of capability, and yes, a rear window that does this. Plus, some Generation 2 heritage returns, overwrap glass that reaches into the roofline. Generation 5 started production in 2009, so it's stuck around for a long time. Gen 6 here is all new. Okay, it probably shares some nuts and bolts, but it's built on the same architecture as Tacoma and Land Cruiser. The V6, sorry to say, is gone. There are 2 powertrains now and 9 trim levels. 12 really, if the premium variants get counted. There's SR5, TRD Sport, TRD Off Road, Limited, TRD Off Road iForce Max, Limited iForce Max, TRD Pro, plus the new Platinum and Trailhunter. So let's all say a prayer for the indecisive, let alone dealership managers wrestling with which ones to stock. 4Runner continues to be welded, bolted, and glued together in Japan. I'm at a Toyota-sponsored event outside of San Diego, California. Full disclosure there.
We do have an available third row seat on 2 grades. That's going to be the Limited and the SR5 gas models.
You'll notice some wind during this video. Gusts hit 50 miles an hour. Yeah, 50. There are many variables to be had. Check out Toyota's configurator to find the 4Runner that's right for you. I drove and shot 2 of the 9. Only the SR5 is less expensive than this TRD Sport at $51,125 in upgraded wind chill pearl paint and destination, naturally. On the other end of the 4Runner spectrum is Trailhunter at $68,400. Most existing trims jump in suggested retail price by $4,000 to $5,000. Moving TRD Sport is the turbocharged 2.4-liter iForce 4-cylinder that pumps out 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque on regular grade fuel. Both engines shift gears with an 8-speed transmission. Manual control is here, no paddles, at least on the TRD Sport. There are drive modes, the kind expected on a truck like this, including a tow mode, good for tugging 6,000 pounds. There are rear drive 4Runners. This one's equipped with the $2,000 part-time 4-wheel drive with a 4-low setting and locking rear diff. Limited and Platinum grades get a different full-time 4-wheel drive system. Trailhunter comes standard with the more powerful iForce Max turbocharged hybrid powertrain, available starting in late March.
On iForce Max, which is our hybrid variant, it's going to be 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque, and that they both come in at a low 1,700 RPM.
It's strictly part-time 4-wheel drive. Both of these powertrains are used in Tacoma. This should be no surprise.
So like your TRD Off Road's going to have skid plates. This one's going to have skid plates, TRD Pro, and then like your Trailhunter, you're going to have 3 different skid plates all underneath the vehicle.
More about Trailhunter later. Let's drive the TRD Sport on-road. The standard engine delivers its torque way down low in the rev range, so 4Runner moves off the line quite nicely. I'd say 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. Just like Tacoma under throttle. Not sure if you can hear that, but there is some turbo whistle. This powertrain lacks the smoothness of the V6, but the 4-cylinder is far more efficient. 2024 models scored 17 mpg. The EPA average of this 4Runner is 21 miles per gallon. That should be expected. This is a heavy body-on-frame SUV. There's always the iForce Max Hybrid, But not really. If you're talking about efficiency, its average is 23 miles per gallon. Toyota tunes it for power, not for Prius-like gas mileage. People may be buying 4Runner's off-road capability, to stick in their back pockets just in case, but there's a real possibility first owners will keep the TRD Sport on pavement much of the time, considering the price. It's the second lowest trim and retails for $51,000, so roadworthiness is important. Compared to the 5th generation 4Runner, this is so much better to drive, a little bit more car-like, far less micro corrections to be made. It tracks pretty straight and true. Now, this isn't unibody, it's body on frame, so it's not going to be as car-like as, say, RAV4 or Grand Highlander, but it is a big improvement. The 20-inch wheels get enough tire sidewall to soak up sharp bumps. The suspension is double wishbone up front, multi-link with coil springs and outboard-mounted twin-tube shocks in back. It's a comfy ride with 8.8 inches of ground clearance, so enter a curve hard and there's the expected amount of roll and understeer. Shop Toyota's Supra or GR86 for corner carvers. In true 4Runner fashion, the ride height is elevated. It's what people want these days. And, visibility is pretty good. Lots of glass in this. As far as quietness goes, it's not bad. It's about average. This is a blocky shape, so there is wind noise off the front end, but not an awful lot of noise coming off the tires. Kind of surprising. Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0 ADAS features have been upgraded. Maybe the name should be 3.1 at least, because automatic emergency braking and adaptive cruise control are improved. Lane departure alert adds steering assist using guardrails as well as lane stripes for reference now. An emergency driving stop system brings 4Runner to a halt if drivers don't respond to alerts. You'll recognize the cabin if you've been in the latest generation Tacoma. TRD Sport can be had in 2 colorways. Don't like the anodized blue stolen from BMW? Well, there's a choice of silver, though the pop of color widens the look of the dash and adds brightness. Doing that with a sunroof requires moving to TRD Sport Premium, and that's an extra $5,400, then add $850. Premium would also replace these manually adjusted heated cloth seats with powered, toasty, and vented synthetic leather chairs. Premium also gets a heated wheel and surround view camera system with a larger 14-inch screen replacing this 8-incher. Most of the material in here is hard, durable plastic. Storage cubbies, there are loads and loads and loads of those. Most are good sized. Of course, 4Runner uses Toyota's connected interface. Designed to be used with natural voice commands, it's not graphics intensive. For full functionality, it requires a paid data plan once the trial period ends. The standard sound system is good, loud with rich tone. The premium trim adds a 14-speaker JBL system with a removable Bluetooth speaker. To lose? HVAC controls are physical, thanks Toyota. TRD Sport, being a lower grade, has a lot of blanks. I find the power ports behind the shifter hard to get at. Chances are owners will just use the standard Qi charger. And so Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless. It's really windy out here. Hopefully the doors won't blow shut so I can show you the back seat. For starters, it's kind of a hike up into here, so I am glad that there are grab handles. I'm 5'9" and I've got that much headroom. It's good. Same with knee and leg room. Foot room, a little tight. Cushions are high enough for good thigh support. They don't slide fore and aft though to max out cargo room. And for a vehicle this size, these door openings are a little bit on the small side. There's a small cubby here, a cup holder, that's nice. Also, I like the fact that there is a pocket on the driver's side seat back. No separate climate zone back here, but hey, adjustable vents, that's good. Also, you can power just about anything you want. There's a moderately sized spine running through here, kind of expected. This is a 4-wheel drive vehicle. You want more cup holders? Well, you asked for it, you got it, Toyota. Pretty standard here. There's enough width here so that 3 average-sized adults should fit just fine. The only thing that I would say might cramp their style is foot room. You know, if they're wearing big, bulky hiking boots, they might be a little uncomfortable, but other than that, they're good to go. All right, moving into the Trailhunter, which is the top of the line. It's the most capable. For those who are overlanding, this is your truck. At an MSRP of $68,350, it packs a lot of kits that won't need to be replaced if upgrading less capable 4Runner grades, so in an odd way it might save money. The highlights? 18-inch bronze wheels, where 33-inch Toyo all-terrain tires, Old Man Emu forged shocks get rear piggyback-style remote reservoirs. There's a stabilizer disconnect mechanism, color-selectable rigid LED fog lamps, a 2400-watt AC power supply, and an onboard air compressor. The roof rack is from ARB, a snorkel is standard, so really, it's ready for abuse right off the showroom floor. I always have to remind folks that GoPros make things look really easy. This trail is actually pretty darn rugged. It's a good test. Trailhunter and TRD Pro ground clearance is raised to 10.1 inches with approach angle significantly improved to 33 degrees. That's compared to 18 on most 4Runners. Other angles are similar across the board. The camera system is very, very helpful. Acts like an electronic spotter. Sorry, no opportunity to shoot what I see since I've lost a GoPro, but hey, it works. One thing good about the 4Runner, the size is right. It's not too big. Wouldn't want to be coming through this in a Sequoia. Know that Trailhunter and TRD Pro are 2 inches wider than other 4Runners. They add multi-terrain select and crawl control. Trailhunter is powered exclusively by the iForce Max Hybrid. Throttle response is good. I'm in 4 low. I drove out here in a Trailhunter, and one thing I noticed is that when you accelerate through the snorkel, you really hear the turbo whistle on this. It's very pronounced. Something to check on your test drive. It's less intrusive during off-road maneuvers. The rear wiper is hidden under the spoiler, that's good, and glad to see this powered window stick around. It helps when grabbing stuff out of the back if there's the possibility of things falling out when the hatch is opened. Ask me how I know. On some models, 4Runner is available with a powered tailgate. Obviously, this one doesn't have it. TRD Sport Premium adds it. The load floor is on the high side. Hey, it's body on frame, not a crossover, and the hybrid's floor is raised another 3 inches or so to accommodate the battery. I like the useful storage bins. Seats up, there's a solid 48.4 cubic feet for gear, 42.6 in the hybrid. Row 2 does not fold into the floor, but it tumbles forward very easily. The latch is on the seat cushion. In full-on cargo mode, it's 90.2 cubes for the turbo, 82.6 for the hybrid. Off-road fans might cross-shop Jeep Wrangler or Ford Bronco. Those have the option of soft tops and get removable doors. Fixed roof choices include Jeep Grand Cherokee, Land Rover Defender, Chevy Tahoe, and GMC Yukon. Or maybe go with something more car-like. Chevy Traverse, Kia Telluride, Ford Explorer, Hyundai Palisade, and Nissan Pathfinder, to name a few. There's also strong competition at the other end of the Toyota showroom in Land Cruiser. 4Runner is more expensive now, but still slots in under this. Only by a little, though. I'm guessing this all-new 4Runner is going to be very, very popular. It's got the look that people want, right? Nice and tough. It's body on frame, which is good for towing and off-roading. But if you're just motoring around in the city, you might think about buying something like a RAV4 or Grand Highlander because it's going to be more fuel efficient and it's going to be more comfortable. A quick check of dealer sites already shows second stickers starting at $5,000, a deal breaker for some. And there will be grumbling about the lack of a V6. Overall, the 6th generation 2025 4Runner is much improved, more efficient, and easier to live with on an everyday basis. For those that need its capability, the long wait is over. Some behind the scenes, yeah, it's a poor worker that blames his tools or the wind, but man, this was a difficult shoot. On these events, again, sponsored by Toyota, I usually run around like a caffeinated kitten to get what I need. There were more issues than usual. I lost a camera on the off-road loop too. About a half a mile in, didn't realize that until I completed the course. Toyota closed it. I had to walk in to retrieve the GoPro, but it was a revelation. Footnote to the lost GoPro story, I had to walk the trail to find this camera, and to be honest with you, it's really tough to navigate on foot. The fact that I did this in a vehicle is especially impressive. Why shut the course down? Well, here you go. You know about the wildfires in California, right? This one was coming up over the hill towards the event. Time to get everyone and the vehicles out of harm's way. Hope you got something out of my look at the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner. Hallelujah. There's finally a new one. Hey, I'm just glad I was able to give you a video because my camera nearly blew over 3 times. It's that windy out here, and my tripod is pretty stable. This is what's fueling the wildfires. Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, follow me on social media. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. Either I will get to you or somebody in the Driven Nation will. It's a pretty good community. And if you're not a subscriber, right that wrong right now, okay? All right. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.